Friends, ladies, gentlemen, I realize that I am 3 minutes late and my phone won't stop ringing because I guess I'm suddenly popular and I don't like that. Why don't we get this show on the road? Because this has been, as some of you guys know, something I've been so excited about. So why don't we get through that? And I wish my audio mixer was so much better in OBS. It is just utter dog water. So let's appear here. Guys, today is a special day. Why? Because we get to stream. But most importantly, I've streamed more than twice in a week. Which, if you know my situation recently, I've been very inconsistent. And for that, I apologize. So I hope that going forward, I hope either next week or the following week, I won't be so burdened for a little bit of time with school. University is a difficult thing to manage and a difficult thing to process. And let me tell you, working with people in higher level courses is honestly not fun. Some people can attest to that. But that is neither here nor there. And thank you, Tay. How dare you be subscribed for 21 months in a row and grab me like that and point your little pew-pew at me. Dang, 21 months. You're here from Lenore's followers? Yeah! Sorry, I get amused easily. But hell yeah. What's funny is, I'm kind of curious to... Yuki the Lunar Succubus, we got another one! Hell yeah! So, thank you so much. You have to follow. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. What I was gonna say is, I'm kind of interested in hoping to see some of Lenore's regulars here that I actually know, because I pop into for our guests today. I tend to pop into their streams when I can because of time zone differences. And what's super nice, Harold's the coming swarm. Oh no. The thing is that of a lot of the different, I've met a lot of different streamers that do ASMR, or they do a lot of different more voice related things. And so my perception of ASMR before this, and this is something we'll talk about on the episode, my perception of it was very, it's not that it was negative. It was that I didn't understand it, and I lived in willful ignorance, and I just, if people told me what it was, I was like, oh yeah, that's what it was. And so coming into their chat, joining their chat, I had thankfully their chat was very welcoming. And so that's why I point that out, is that I think they're the only chat when I go into, people who see me, just the same couple of people, they see me, they do actually say hello and actually say my name and say hello, which they have no idea how much it warms my heart. So, and that's what it means to be a good content creator, when your community, when some person who only shows up maybe a couple times every couple months, they show up and instantly they say, yo, it's this person, and they say hi, this person. I don't really have the chance to say that often. So right before we get into this, I want to quickly remind everybody that the audition, or the applications for, where is it, my voiceover event, my VTuber voiceover showdown here, are still open till the end of the night. And if anything, I may extend it to tomorrow. And what that is I am hosting a voiceover tournament where 8 different people will be selected to compete in a series, in a tournament bracket style tournament of voice acting, where they will be judged by 3 judges, not myself. They'll be judged by 3 judges, my head writer and 2 wonderful professional anime voice actors. And the winner will receive a brand new microphone and audio interface to help them on their journey as a voice actor. And if they have a better setup than what I'm offering, then they can instead give that microphone, they will instead give the microphone and audio interface to someone in their community who could need it. So the rule is that the winner cannot sell it, and they cannot just, they cannot sell it, and they cannot just have an alternate prize. So They have to either take it or they give it to someone else. But I will check to see if they have a better setup, and if they do, I will say give it to someone else in your community unless you really do need it. What you do, all right, take it. So if that's something that floats your boat, that's something that piques your interest, consider applying. You can find the application on my Twitter. That's it's Valentine VT on Twitter, and you can also find me in my server, my Discord server. Here it is right there. So feel free to join. If anything, join, fill out the application, and then leave, because Discord servers take up a lot of space. So with that in mind, I have done enough yapping, and I think it's time we actually talk with our wonderful guest tonight. Because as some of you know, I've been trying, we've been trying. It's not just like we've been trying to get this scheduled for a while, because I asked them, like, I want to say a little bit of time after I first popped in their stream, because their head mod, he and I are very good friends. We're best friends. And so, he mods for our wonderful guest, and he recommended, I said, why don't you just ask? I'm like, I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I'm scared, because I was a wee little guy. I'm still a wee little guy. And so I worked up the courage and I asked, and our guest was like, I'd love to, but I'm very busy right now. And I'm like, okay, I understand. I can check back in later. So I do that. And we finally, thank you for Milky the breakdown. So I ask again, and they're like, I'm still busy. You know, work is just getting very busy over here. I'm like, I completely understand. Don't worry about it. It's a-okay. A couple months pass, and I finally, this time I say, hey, what if we just did this a day? And our guest said, I'm sorry, that will not work. Sleepy Dude X, let's go! Thank you so much for the follow. You don't have to do it. I appreciate that. Our wonderful guest said, sorry, I can't do that time either. I can't do that day either. I was ready to just kind of throw in the towel, because I understand how busy they are. And so I don't want to be more of a bother. But then I got hit with the, however, once July hits, I will have time. And I was like, really? Will this day work? Will this weekend work? And our guest was like, yes, that will work. And we finally planned this. So this has been a long time in the making. Devil Rose 213, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Save the support for our wonderful guest. With that in mind, it's finally time to get this show on the road. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. So let's just go right into it. Instead of saying my normal today, I am going to say tonight we'll be welcoming someone who's as sweet as she is sometimes a gremlin. I'm also looking off to my left because I have a vertical monitor that has that stuff. Also, for those that said hello, hi Fo, hi Viv, and hi Kit. I hope you're doing well. Didn't want to make sure I glossed over that. So tonight we're welcoming someone who's as sweet as she is sometimes a gremlin. From cozy ASMR to playful chaos in games, Mistress Lenore. I said put your name at the end! It's okay. She brings a little bit, just redact that. She brings a bit of everything to the table with a voice that could melt just about anyone. Whether she's teasing her chat or comforting them to sleep, she's always about making people feel good and having fun. She's growing fast, always trying new things, and ready to charm even more souls along the way. And I want to make it clear that was that one of the bots? Just the oh, I wonder what that was. Pardon me. For those that don't know, fun fact is it's Chaos in Games. I remember speaking with my buddy Tay about it, that our guest is a little bit of a gamer. So keep that in mind as we continue. Please give a warm and much anticipated welcome to the lovely and ever enticing Mistress Lenore. Oh my word. That intro took far longer than I thought it would. I humbly apologize.
Oh wait, oh, what's going on? Why am I being weird? Oh, there I am. Hi.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. It's funny. The reason why I do that is the idea is I choose to like build anticipation for it. The thing is that there's no like there's no set way how it should be done. It's just that I prefer that I want it to be the last thing I say when I introduce someone is their name.
Oh my gosh, I am so bad at this.
It's okay. Don't. I am just simply happy we're making this work that we're just here. So do not sweat it.
Big breath.
Big breath. Let's take a deep breath. And your wonderful community and peeps are here. So the small little potato.
Stay small.
Hell yeah, serendipity. Wait a minute.
Hi, Shannon.
Joe, where are these? No.
Hey, Joey.
Cracks on the door. Hell's the coming. So the scary, the scary thing is, I told my community if I end up hitting 1,000 on Twitch before the end of the year, I will react to my first Niji Sanji audition video that I made.
Oh my goodness.
And I will make a new one. So, all hail our queen. She brought in the gremlins.
The gremlins?
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Also, just know, guys, that you can throw Dr. Peppers at me on the cheap. So, and chances are, if you choose to throw those, you will get your points back. All in the name of Lenore. See, this is what I'm talking about. When I first joined your stream or joined your chat. Wait, the Dr. Peppers aren't working. I'm gaslighting my communities.
Oh, no.
Sorry. Un momento. You're trying to throw things that aren't there.
It's just gonna be all backlogged now. This is
No.
all just backlogged Dr. Peppers.
No, please. Cease.
The backlog.
Cease your heresy. Oh no! You weren't supposed to see that!
Oh, there it is!
No! I forgot to hit the... This is what I get. It's my insolence, my hubris. Alright,
Oh my
well.
goodness. They just
It's not
do it,
even
don't
synced
they?
up! It's not even on the same... Alright, hold on. Wait a minute. Alright, hold on. There it is. Alright. And there we go.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no!
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh. See? Okay, hold on. You guys want sound? You want to hear how this sounds? I typically turn this down and I mute it. There you go. There you go. Okay, well, the one time I unmute it, you can't hear anything. It won't be enough until the screen is nothing but dark. I can change that. I can change that.
The whole screen just becomes a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it really does. I need like a different sound effect, but I need to change the sound to make it so like it sounds like I'm getting hit with aluminum cans. All right, we're gonna mute those again. Now drink them. If there's 0 sugar, I'll drink them. I've lost weight for a good reason, and it's all right. It's call no, cease. It's Ilona Bows. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. I don't want to react to my Nichi Sanji stream or video, please. I also told them if I hit 1,000 on YouTube, I'd play Marvel Rivals, and instantly like 10 people followed when I said that like a couple streams ago. I'm like, what is or subscribed? I'm like, what is wrong with you? I don't want to play Marvel Rivals.
Everyone wants to play Marvel Rivals.
Not you too, Lenore.
I mean, I haven't played in a hot minute, but like, I mean...
I've unfortunately been sucked into League by Tay.
Oh god, he's made me download it and read that and just leave it. I never actually play.
It's a game of all time, and that's all I'll say. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. So before we get more off track, because I think you and I both are yappers that we like to get sidetracked very easily.
Oh, I got the sweet ADHD brain. It's
I have not been formally diagnosed, but I feel like I do. The amount of times I'll be talking, I'll be so focused, I'll be asking like the deepest question of, you know, we live in an age where AI is taking over, yet you have a chatbot, you have a bot you've been developing that has AI. What the heck is wrong with chat? And then I'll talk about chat for a moment and completely just because I'll throw Dr. Pepper. That was okay. That was actually unplanned just now because I said that as when they threw the Dr. Pepper right there. So that just proved my point. You guys proved my point. Anywho, let us begin.
Yeah.
The jokes write themselves. Let us start with our very first question. And this is, in my opinion, our most important question. And that is, Mistress Lenore, who are you and what is your story?
Why am I so nervous? I guess, hi, I'm Mistress Lenore. I'm a succubus VTuber. I create ASMR content. I do voice acting, and I just do a lot of fun little things. Are we talking about, like, my lore, or are we just talking about just me, myself, and I?
So, let us first talk about, I like to always dive into this with, let's talk about your lore. Let's talk about your, your model and stuff like that. And then let's end it on talking about who Lenore is behind the VTubing model, behind the screen. So start with the lore.
Gosh.
What is the lore? Because from what I know is that this is your third, this is your 3.0 model, is it not?
It's kind of complicated. I like to call it my 2.5 because it didn't really much change from 2 because like the hair is the same other than the color, the body's the same, the face is the same, eye color, it's mostly just color changing, honestly. I went, gosh, I've had such a crazy change of models. Wait, first let's start with lore first. Real quick on the lore. Let me read my lore. I was once a revered high-ranking demoness of the Void Realm. Lenore was worshipped by countless souls who willingly surrendered to her charm and her voice. However, I grew lazy, and I neglected my duties, and I didn't bring any more souls to the Void. And so the High Void Lord stripped me of my true power and form and cast me into the human realm powerless. And now I'm here to charm everybody, to rejoin the cult of Lenore, so that I can reclaim my true form as the demoness that I truly am.
Very extensive.
That's the lore.
Very
extensive.
You know,
that was a rework recently.
Interesting. Seeing how much, like, I really enjoy lore that has little... It doesn't take itself too seriously. I love lore like that because... Like for myself, I don't talk about my character's little lore that much. When like his lore, quote unquote, is that he is the offspring of like basically a second in like or a third in command to like Lucifer himself. And the idea is like his mother was just this demon that we called like the warden of hell, basically, and his father's just a normal ass dude. Ow. Just a normal ass dude. Think like, have you ever read or seen the anime Komi Can't Communicate or the manga Komi Can't Communicate?
I know of it. I've actually never watched it or read it.
So the thing is that their dynamic is like Komi's parents. Her mother is this like exuberant, extroverted individual that's like springs with life. Her father is just like her. Her father is a man of very few words, but he's very expressive in the way his facial expression is, and just he can speak 1,000 words without having to say anything. But the idea was that that's based like Val's mother is that like extrovert, is like craves war, and meanwhile his father is just like, she fell in love with this human because he just didn't fear her. She didn't care. And so the idea is that the funny part, like doesn't take itself seriously. Later on, like Val is kind of confronted by his mom. He's like, you need to come back to hell and take over my job. It's in the family business. No. And he tries to, and he goes to hell. He sees the giant gates of hell. And like, I have an entire animatic like made with this. I just haven't bothered actually putting it together. And he tried, like, we took stories, my artist, we took stories from various parts of like what hell or the afterlife was. It took like from Roman and Greek and Christian and stuff like that, of just stories of what hell is. I think it's like all these stories of like the underworld, like Val helping Sisyphus try to like push the boulder up the hill, like encouraging him, or like I think it was Prometheus like getting his stomach pecked out by the birds or whatever. And so like Val puts up like a scarecrow or something. Yeah, the whole like concept was like Val just too nice to work in hell. So just like that case of not taking itself as seriously. There's serious moments, of course, like, but I love how you've layered your lore like that. The question is, do you plan to expand it? And if so, how?
I would love to expand my lore. This is actually a rework of a lore that I literally did like 2 weeks ago. So I never took lore seriously, especially like I know a lot of people in the VTuber sphere love to like take their lore very seriously. I just never did. And then somebody came to me like in my comments, they're like, "What is your lore?" And I'm like, "Oh, do people actually want to know this?" And they go, "Yeah, we do." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. I guess I should rework that and make it a little more like appealing other than just I was bad at my job."
Well, it gives me like very like Konosuba vibes of just Aqua getting just her. She just doesn't do her, like, she got sucked away to where with Cosma, and she's just lazy. She doesn't do her job.
That is like a deep connection. I really love Aqua as a character, just because of how pathetic she is. I really love pathetic characters.
She has her moments.
Like, right? Like she's got those like goddess moments, but at the same time, she's like ridiculous. I enjoy it very thoroughly.
Interesting. Oh, excuse me. So when you designed when you originally came up with the concept of your VTuber, did you have any idea you would have this current iteration where you'd become the succubus VTuber that you are? Because if I remember, like, you weren't originally.
No. Oh gosh, I was a completely different like VTuber at the time.
You were Lenore the Fortnite gamer.
I was Lenore the pastel goth vampire.
Yeah, because like that's something I think is so interesting about your excuse me, your history, is that I always enjoyed telling people that when they see someone, like they see your content, I recommend, they're like, oh, they're just another ASMR VTuber. I'm like, no, they're not just an ASMR VTuber. If they're a VTuber that happens to do ASMR, they started, and they still do gaming. They started with gaming, and they just happened to like and fall in love with ASMR and just moved to that kind of stuff.
It was definitely a tunnel of I don't know how I got here. Actually, Lenore 1, like my first model iteration, I was actually a Dead by Daylight streamer.
Really? So if we ever collab, then besides the ASMR stream, fun fact, guys, we're maybe in the process of I owe my community an ASMR stream. I've never done ASMR before, so I may be hopefully getting a master class on how to do it. So in addition to that, I guess we're gonna have to do a Dead by Daylight stream. Are you a killer or are you a survivor?
I'm 100% survivor player only. I hate playing killer.
Final, heck yeah! I say that because Tay is the opposite, and every time we talk about it, I'm like, I butt heads with him so much because I don't like playing killer. Maybe I only play one killer, and even then, I just play survivor, and I'm a solo survivor as well. So I just go off on my own, and I kind of don't care about teammates. Is that Shu? Oh my word! That's one of the ones I was hoping. One of the individuals hoping shows up. That, like, another one is Osref. Friendo.
Osref, yeah. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of my friends in chat right now.
Well, like Osref has been there since the beginning when I started. From my very first gaming stream. Tay, like. Yeah.
I think Osref is like, he's like my OG. Like, he's been with me since 1. Like, he's been with me since Lenore 1. Yeah.
That's
It's
nuts.
been a long time. Yeah.
Shoo, Mr. and Mrs. Shoo Donald, you are famous. But what was I saying? Yeah, so you just you have a good community. You have a very passionate community.
Thank you. I think I've also known I knew Shu vicariously through friends who had the same VTuber parent from Lenore 1. And then we became friends over time. It was a lot of people who I've met through other people.
Interesting.
I'm famous.
It's that 12 degrees of separation. It just happens. Like the fact that finding you through Tay and just being linked that way, and it's nuts how that kind of stuff happens. Excuse me. And we just see where it ends up. But it's nuts. So with your gaming streams and all that, you know, that kind of, is that the Alan Nick Games? I can't believe they're in my chat.
Alan.
Yeah. I guess let's talk about like this specific design, because if I could see about, I have them saved. He sent them to me. If you'd like, if you're okay with it, I can share the images or like the screenshots that Tay sent of your model progression. So
I don't even remember. Yeah, you can absolutely. I'm actually kind of curious.
Okay, so I have to scroll further up. So that is a very Moe model. That is what I'll say first.
Lenore 1?
Lenore
very
1.
Moe.
We have footage of Lenore 1. We have proof of Lenore 1. I'm gonna share
footage.
I'm gonna share the reference sheet and not the art he sent. It's safe for work. You're just leaning forward.
What? I'm kind of curious.
Hold on. I'll just do this. I could just forward this to you. So now you can see it's just that one. So like Lenore Mark 1. So where is it?
That's like that's not even Lenore 1.
Oh, that's not Lenore 1? Is that Lenore 2?
No. This is Lenore 2.5.
Oh, that one. Yeah, no. I sorry. All right, let's go to.
These are all good.
So friendos. Are you ready? I started listening to Lenore back in 2023 with her most popular audio, and it's been crazy but very enjoyable for near 2 years. Now that's dedication. So, do you want to start at the beginning and go forward, or do you want to start here and go backward?
Probably at the beginning and go forward. It might be a little.
You sound like you're on the edge of your seat.
I'm very curious. I'm just so curious. No.
All right. So, this right here, I think, is the first model.
That is Lenore 1. That was original Lenore.
That is original Lenore.
Yep.
Not in the middle. We start in the middle and go back or forward. Just throw a wrench in everything.
Lenore 1. Oh my gosh, look at the baby.
Like, if it's any consolation, we'll put that there. My favorite, like, look at it, guy. The progression is stunning. The baby.
The baby.
Started listening to Laura back in 2008.
Alan.
Okay.
Alan and I have been friends for like 18 years, so ignore him.
Oh, okay, I see. That's how I feel when I speak about Tay, and I'm like, I've known this man for almost 10 years. I've had to put up with his crap for so long.
Oh my goodness. It's so weird seeing like me beside each other. It's the progression.
It is the progression, because if you take the very first model I originally made, not talking about the one I debuted with 2 years ago, I'm talking about the one I made as a proof of concept. I've never shared that with anybody except Tay. So if we hit that 1,000 followers here on Twitch, Not only are we going to see my Niji-Sanji, you'll get to see... So my Niji-Sanji audition has that model that I did not debut with. So, oh no. I don't like to think about that.
Something really interesting, too, like about Lenore 1 is when I started as Lenore 1, I didn't use my normal voice.
Really?
Yeah, I actually streamed like this. My voice was more higher. And I actually used to stream like in this kind of voice.
And then I realized that it was hurting my voice if I kept doing that for the long term of it. So I'm like, we're gonna go back.
So what's interesting is I dabbled around with the idea of basically doing something similar where I didn't, because this is my normal speaking register. And it's just much easier to maintain. However, in some of my chat knows this, I had a redeem. I still do it. I still have it. It's just that I haven't put it back in a long time, and it's called femboy mode.
Oh no!
And they liked it. Do I like it? I don't know. I think it's the cringiest voice ever. But along the same lines of that, it was the speaking very high like this, and basically becoming very, very bottom and sussy. So we don't talk about those days. We don't talk about those days. I'm a manly man. I don't speak like that anymore. Unless you somehow check out my not safe for work voice acting page, in which it goes back to that, and we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
But we're not done. Number 2.
Oh, yep, there's 2. Lenore 2. That one was the one where I started my ASMR stuff with, is this model.
I clicked the Twitter link and it says Valentine account doesn't exist. Oh, I haven't updated that. That's embarrassing. Un momento. Sorry. Yes. So you started your ASMR journey with that.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you decide to pivot to this? What made you decide to, like, because if we look at the first one, this is stark different. This is completely different.
It's completely different. I definitely think, like with Lenore 1, she was very much who I was at the time. Which it was COVID. I was locked indoors. I was dyeing my hair quite regularly. I went into like a pastel moment in my life where everything was just bright and colorful and crazy. But in reality, that's not me. I'm very much more like gothic and darker colors. And I realized if I wanted to be taken a little bit more on like the serious side, I felt like I definitely needed to move away from my more cutesy appearance. And there was nothing wrong with Lenore 1. There was absolutely nothing wrong, but she definitely reflects who I was in like 2001 and not who I am in like 2025.
Yeah, it's two different. You're the same person, just in what could be considered a more comfortable and what who just Discord DM'd me?
Did I say 2001? 2021.
I just got a Discord thing. I'm so sorry. It's sorry, chat.
Good.
Wait about Val's a voice actor too? Yeah. That's a conversation for later. When you're older and like 30 minutes, chat. That's what we'll talk about. Because we talked about voice acting in general. So once we move on to that final model, and forgive me if my eyes are darting around. I'm doing so many things at once.
All good.
But we might now move to our final iteration.
Yes.
And
the current.
Yes, the current one. And it's such a, like we have the first one, we have the second one. From the second to the third, again, a massive change. Would you say it's like going into that succubus sort of archetype in that design.
So with the succubus design, I knew how do I word this? With Lenore 2 and I getting into ASMR, that's a whole other story which I could get into.
Oh, we don't worry, we will be talking about that. We will be talking about that.
So actually that might be linked to another question. I won't explain it now, but there was definitely a time where I had to make a lot of decisions in the forwardness of my brand, where I wanted to go. So that can be all talked about throughout this conversation for sure.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of history behind it. I mean, especially since what Tay has told me from, like I said, your beginnings as a gamer to to what you do now, which is more, you still do gaming occasionally. Like I funnily enough, I tune in more consistently to your gaming streams than I do your ASMR ones. And again, not because I don't like ASMR. Oh my goodness. Not because I don't like ASMR. It's just that ASMR is not for me. It's not yet, at least.
I totally get it. It's not for everybody. Like when people tune into my ASMR or my games, it's never vice versa. A lot of them will just stick for my gaming. Some will just stick for my ASMR, but they won't tend to go from my ASMR to my gaming and vice versa.
Yeah.
And that just comes with the territory of the content that they are, because gaming tends to be more louder, more like in your face and like normal conversation, while ASMR is more tree and calming and more like a conversation.
I completely understand. It's sometimes you feel like you can get, and this is again a thing I'll bring up a little later, sometimes you feel like you can get pigeonholed and you don't want that in content. There are people who there are individuals, because I've seen you talk about it. I think I'm like, when I was in your chat, I brought it up in one of your streams of just, you know, how do, like, that feeling of just being pigeonholed in content, because I remember you were expressing concerns one time about how you love doing ASMR. It's something you genuinely enjoy, and the thing that sucks is you, at the time, you were afraid that you felt like you were only growing because of the ASMR content, and you were concerned for the future because you would only be able to grow if you did that. Meaning, if you chose to branch out but not get rid of the ASMR content, you just simply chose to branch out and do other content, you were going to lose support, or you were going to not get as good numbers, because you'd worked so hard up until that point to get partner, that the thought of just all that progress going downhill was very concerning. And I can imagine how terrifying that is as a content creator, as seeing your numbers get that high, and you're just like, do I want to try and do more content, different content? I can only imagine your trepidation to want to change.
It's definitely not easy, because it's my brain goblins, if you will, just constantly saying like, hey, you need to work harder. Hey, you're not doing enough. Hey, if you don't do ASMR, nobody's gonna like you, which is absolutely not true.
I get those all the time with my voiceover.
Right, it's so not true. Obviously I had to learn that some people only come for me for my ASMR, and that is okay. And wanting to do other things is also okay. And the numbers, definitely numbers is really scary, because I'll go from like 200-300 people a stream to maybe 10 people if I do a game, and that's nothing on anybody else. It's just not the content some people want to consume, and that's okay.
Well,
but I also have to make sure that I do things that make me happy. That's something I'm working on. Learning to do things that, you know, if I'm just not in the mood to do something, I don't have to do it. And not letting the numbers or the pressures of that always get to me, for sure.
Yeah, that's a very good way to approach that. And I would love to continue talking about that once, like, more when we dive into just more of your specific content. But I think for this next little bit, just for the next like couple of minutes, I want to hear about who Lenore is behind the behind the. Yo, is that my boy? Sorry, I always do. At this point, it's a running thing. Is that my boy Mikey? I can't believe it. Get shouted out, nerd. Sorry. They're wonderful artists. They have a cool VGen, and they do cool art, and they're going to be helping me with the visual novel that I'm making. Did I say that out loud? Oops. Keep an eye on that. Sorry. I love shouting them out every time they hop into my chat, because they do a lot of
No
cool
worries.
do a lot of cool art. Did you just say you get behind Lenore?
You just get behind Lenore. You can't do that.
Yo, sorry, that was the patented like Lenore readout chat, because you're like that's a like a hallmark of your stream that I just love every time. You're just like, oh, you just like, hi Tay, how are you doing? Val, did you just say get behind Lenore? You can't. And that makes me.
It's always Tay that causes it too. He's always the one that friggin' does it.
But it's just the perfectness of just you're just in the zone, just you know, yeah, you know, today at work I'm just doing all this, and I'm just feeling like things are happening. I feel like I'm getting a little bit, and just.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yeah, it's just that all of a sudden you go from passionate to, okay, hold on, I gotta put on my grandma reading glasses, or I gotta like hold the phone, you know, like grab the phone with two fingers and like bring it like arm's length away and then back in close. Like your child just gave you the phone. Mom, I have something to show you. It's a meme. And he's like, hold on, wait a minute. You gotta like adjust yourself. You just gotta like read it real close. I love it. I'm sorry. I just find it adorable.
I'm so glad that's how you picture it, because that's exactly what I do. Because sometimes I have to reread what he says. So I'm like, wait a minute. Is this being snarky?
Exactly. Like, I've learned very early on. That's one of those things where I'm like, I look at chat from what I see what they say, and then I read it out. Does that sort of change a little bit of like the spontaneity of it? Sure, but I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Oh yeah, it's very fun. I enjoy it thoroughly.
There you go, Tay. There you go. Have fun with that. So yeah, let's talk about who Lenore is behind the model. So, and I don't mind talking about this for a little bit. You are an individual who you and your partner packed up. You don't mind saying you're Canadian, and packing up from home, North America, packing up from home, choosing to go and move to a foreign country like Japan with such, we as Americans, sorry, and I speak like me and like other Americans, we tend to be a little dense when it comes to foreign affairs because we think we're the center of the universe. I mean, we are. I'm just saying. No. Oh, look, when the rest of the world gets a Denny's, maybe they'll have a Waffle House. Maybe they'll have an opinion on the world affairs. Until then, Denny's and Waffle House is open 24/7, and so are the hands that come there. So, anyway, my whole point being is that we as North Americans, are just, especially like me, like being an American, from the United States, we are aware of the hard journey it is to want to try and move there, to live there, to adapt to the culture. What sparked this? The reason why I lead in with that is because I feel like that is pertinent to who you are as a streamer behind the camera, currently speaking.
Gosh,
Alan, thank you. Sorry, continue.
Gosh, it's all good. So I've spoken about this like on stream before, but this is not my, like, I don't like to say this isn't my first rodeo, like I'm an old lady. But this is.
You're not from the Midwest in America.
No.
Sweetie, this isn't my first rodeo. I hate to break it to you. I've been out of the country before. I've been to Boca.
This is actually my third time in Japan, second time living here. So,
So you are a veteran.
I would say,
Thank you for your service, madam.
Like, I lived here first for like 8 months when I was a young voidling, and then I came here on vacation for like a month, and now I.
You also did the month? Heck yeah! That is like the only way to experience like being in another country.
Right? And now I've been here almost, going on 2 years this November.
So what made you decide to move there in the first place?
It was always a goal. It's always been like, if I had a bucket list, it was always like the top of the bucket list. Doing what I did, doing everything I've always wanted to do. This was like pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
Me being a VTuber, like this was always in the cards for me. Just other things happened during, a big global pandemic happened. Life got paused for a little while. Opportunity opened its door to me, and I had to make a decision. I'm like, do I want to make the risks? Do I want to try it? It was tough.
I can only imagine. Because I told you this, where, hey guys, Val here. Time to talk about, did I ever tell you I was in Japan for a month for the umpteenth time? I'm sorry, I really love talking about my time in Japan because one of the few times in my life, it was during my summer vacation of university. I didn't have to worry about school. I didn't have to worry about work. I stressed about streaming. But other than that, every day I woke up and just lived life to the fullest in Japan while respecting their culture and being quiet. And that was wonderful. The thing is, you wanna make it in Japan, just don't act like an American and you are fine. So
this is actually a fun Japan bit. The sheer amount of times I don't why, like, everyone just assumes that I can speak fluent Japanese. Like when my sister came to visit, she's like, why do they only speak Japanese to you but English to me? And I'm like, I don't know. I have not figured out why yet. It just happens.
It's the way you carry. It's the way you carry yourself. So things, and maybe it's just from my experience, me and my best friend's experience traveling at the time, because we both served religious missions, and so, we had experience being out of country, and we'd experienced being out of country. The thing is that at a certain point, I think after about a month, and you're just like really dedicating yourself, because every morning when we were in Japan, we would sit down and just study the language. We'd study the language, study the characters, and we'd practice, because that's how we did it. That's how we practiced. And all that book work is great. It means nothing if you're not having a practical application. And so every chance we got, we'd be trying to speak the language to anybody who will indulge us, because our goal was to basically not get hit with the dreaded NG. Oh, the dreaded Nihongo. The Nihongo Jozu.
Nihongo Jozu?
Sorry, the NJ. NJ is what it was called. Sorry. And it's,
Nihongo Jozu.
Like, that was our goal. And, like, the thing is, in the beginning, I would get hit with it every time, and my best friend wouldn't. It made no sense. And, like, me and my prideful Americanness showed once, because I got so, like, upset by it. Like, this wonderful man who said it, I smiled, I looked him in the eyes, and because he said in English, he said, "Oh, you're Japanese, very good." And that's exactly how he said it. And that's exactly how he said it. I looked this man dead in the eyes, and I said, "Oh, Eko Josu." And that man got mortified. that man was mortified. Like,
Uno reverse.
Yeah, and I felt so, like, I felt so bad, because this man like whipped out all of the, mada, just like arm X's, freaking sonokoto nai desu, just all of that, you know, just yeah, you know, like the one-handed like back and forth fan, he just and I'm like I'm like it's like I just insulted this man's entire family lineage.
Oh, I can actually explain that to you if you would like.
Please do. Like,
oh no, you actually complimented him. So in Japan, taking a compliment straight to the like in Western culture, when you compliment someone, you go, "Oh, thanks!" Like,
yeah,
right?
You just
oh
either
my gosh, thank you.
You just either like, "Oh, thanks, I appreciate it."
Oh, here in Japan, no, you gotta be super humbled about it.
Yes, it's humility.
So he was actually real. You actually complimented him, and he was shocked by the compliment.
Oh yeah.
But he's like, no, I need to work harder to make sure. Like, no, my English is. Because even when I get Nihongo Josu, I will always go, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, Hontou Nihongo, yeah. And then I say, no, I have to study harder. I need to study harder. But I did take the compliment. It's a very by taking the compliment straight to the face in Japan, you're actually being really rude.
Exactly.
And so by him doing that, you actually don't worry. You didn't insult anyone. You actually you actually made him very happy.
Because I at a certain point, whenever I got it after that, that's when I would essentially just respond with you know, just thank you. I'm studying. I'm studying.
Yep.
Or I'd respond with just so desu ka? Oh, arigatou gozaimasu. Just say that, you know, just like that shock of I am? Oh, thanks.
Yeah, right, straight up.
Like the thing is, they just at a certain like when I was in Yokohama, I went to the one of the largest buildings there is called the Landmark Tower. It's a very cool building. For those that don't know, it looks straight up like it was built by Kaiba Corp. So I will pull a picture up of it. I need like a better way to pull images up. I need a better because I'm looking it up and then I have to like save it.
And then input it.
Then input it. Like there has to be a better way. But I will show you guys this because you can't tell. It's a beautiful building. It's only like $8 to go to the very top of the observation deck. And the thing is, one of the best moments of my life, we're sitting there getting like this cream-based frappuccino there, something like that. It was like a summer drink. It was like a peach drink, and it was so good. And I was sitting there in like this comfy leather chair, facing out toward the area where Yokohama Stadium was, just looking at the night landscape of just Yokohama, talking with my best friend about a game we wanted to develop. And we're just talking about life. And yes, Val loves his cream. Thank you, Tay. Hey, this guy, he's a comedian. You should write my jokes. Love you, Tay. But we just spent time like just hanging out and just sitting there. And so this is what the Landmark Tower is. This is the Landmark Tower. It's such a cool building. Like I said, when I first saw that, I looked at my buddy. I was like, Brandon, look, it's the Kaiba Corp Tower. And it's just...
It really does look like the Kaiba Corp Tower.
Does it not look like the Kaiba Corp Tower? So... Anyway, we'll get rid of that. Making this long story short, basically, there was this older couple, and we're gonna play card game on this IC. Yes, we are. And in my experience being there for a month, I have. You want to see the tower? You want to see the tower, Nick? Alan? There you go. Kaiba Corp Tower. It's in Yokohama. It's recommended. It's so good. So cool.
It really does.
It's so cool. Napoleon Dynamite. Hell yeah, you're a third-rate duelist of the fourth-rate deck. For real though. So yeah, like in my experience just being there, the older couples, the older married couples are the sweetest people in the world I've ever met. And when I went there, when I was at the Landmark Tower, it was like near sun. The sun was setting, and I saw this old couple wanting to take photos, and they're trying to take a selfie. And me being I'm a communications major. I major in film. I'm a film major. I know a lot about cameras. I know a lot about photography. And that is like, while I'm primarily an audio engineer, should I go to sleep since it's 4 a.m.? I mean, you're already up this late. You might as well just brew some coffee. Just saying. You are sleepy, dude. So, but yeah, and so like I'm a professional audio engineer, but I also freelance as a videographer and a photographer. And so I walk up, me being like the American I am, I walk up to a random couple, I walk up to a random group of people, and I say, "Hey." And all I said, like, you know, trying to be as simple as possible, all I said was like, photo ga? And they look at me and they're like, exactly. And yeah, that's why I said, at first they were confused, like, photo ga? And I just said, oh, photo! And they said that, and they were like, as soon as they said that, as soon as they said, I'm like, oh, yeah. And he basically says, could you, just in his English, he says, could you please? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'd love to. And he hands me his phone. And I go and I take like I think I was like taking these great pictures. I thought I was taking these wonderful pictures of them like that, because you know, just older couples, they don't get they're not, there was just those two, and so I would feel bad to see them just, you know, so cute and adorable, loving, and just not have like a nice just photo of them, you know, instead of a selfie. And so as I hand them back their photo, and I was like, all right, I gotta take a selfie now. They're like, he responds to me, he says, photo? I'm like, yeah! And I hand him my phone. And I'm like, all right, let's get this photo. The wife was telling me how to pose, and the husband was like getting really intense with it. And I can cover my face, but I can send that to you, Lenore, and you could see the picture they took. Like and it was, for the first time in a long time, I have self-confidence issues. I have self-image issues. That comes from childhood stuff, because fun fact, you need to love children when they're growing up. That's a very important thing. I was very loved. My parents, my family were wonderful. I just have self-image issues. So why I'd say that I don't really like to have photos taken of myself. For the first time in like years, I felt happy and I felt confident at the photo they took, and I looked at them like, I look nice, and I'm so happy. Sorry, I have no idea why I started telling this story. I think it was oh, that's why I was just talking about the Japanese stuff. That's so unspecific. The language, that's what it was. Long story short, even with the limited limited language barrier, it's just having the, you know, most wonderful just times and experience of talking with individuals. Just, and so I guess moving on to that, what was the transition like? Because I remember you had a couple, there were real smiles there. There honestly was. You had held a couple of streams to raise money for to help with a little bit with your moving.
Yeah.
Could you run us through a little bit what that moving process is like? Because moving internationally, I'd love to try. Oh, don't worry about that black bar. That was just me opening Photoshop and it opened up the wrong thing. I accidentally clicked it.
Oh my goodness. Moving internationally is hell.
Oh, is it now? I can only imagine.
For a lot of like privacy reasons, I don't talk about my desk job, so I will not talk about my desk job at all.
Yeah,
however, okay. But the process of moving international when you're not in Japan yet is the biggest pain in the butt I will ever experience. Because you've probably seen like videos of people being like, oh, you moved to Japan and you try, like, oh, you need to get internet, but you need a bank account, but you need a phone number to open the bank account, but you need a Japanese address to open the bank account to open the phone number, but you also need a hanko, which is like a Japanese stamp, registered at the ward office so you can stamp the paper that goes into making a bank account to get the phone number to get it's like the stupidest thing. Also, getting apartments while you're still abroad. It's like one never-ending fetch quest.
I'm sorry. In my mind, it immediately went to all this, and this. This sounds like I'm sorry.
So good.
But
so I had to find an apartment while I was still back home. I didn't have much time, like between contracts being signed and my flight going out and starting a desk job in a different country. Moving here,
I want that to be an anime.
It was hard.
Starting a desk job in a different country.
It was
good night,
Sleepy. And I don't think I would like mentally ever do this again, because it was exhausting.
Oh, I can only imagine. Because
yeah, in Japanese apartments, when you don't have anything.
Yeah.
So like I know like in the West, like sometimes when you move into an apartment, they'll provide things like a fridge, stove.
They're fully furnished. They're fully furnished apartments.
At least half, but at least something.
Yeah, they're like here are at least the appliances. Bring your own couch, bring your own, bed and all of that.
Here, nothing. It was me, my open suitcase, and a mattress that I luckily got Amazon to deliver that same day on a floor.
Look, after I never want to sleep on the floor in Japan again. I got scared way too hard. I made a post about this on Twitter the night that happened. I was in Yokohama. I was staying in if I'm ever moving to Japan, Fruitless. I can't believe that is horrifying.
Man.
The thing is, if I ever move to Japan, I'm definitely moving and living in Yokohama. Because
Yokohama's beautiful.
It's wonderful. I love it. NASA people. I just did it right there. the getting into it, then just we're two peas in a pod. I was laying on the floor next to my best friend. We're laying on the futons. We're staying in a traditional Japanese house, and being 6'3" there is not fun. Pardon me. For our wonderful metric friends, that is 196 centimeters about. So, I'm a tall boy. I'm very tall, and I had to duck my head about everywhere I went in that home. Fruitless Sample, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for the people. What was I saying? So the whole point is we were laying on the floor on the futons, AC's cranking, and we're just big because we made the big brain move of taking the cheap tickets that were in August. I would never wish. I'm from the city of Las Vegas, where our summer temperatures routinely hit in the wonderful 110 to 115 degree temperature range. For those that don't know, that, my friends, is about 46 degrees 45. Celsius. Yeah. It is not fun. However, when you go outside in Las Vegas, you're hit with a humidity of about 8%. That means when you step outside into 115 degree heat, that means you start to roast. You just walk outside and collapse. There is no sweating. Your sweat evaporates on your head. You just step outside, you instantly hear the hawk and a guitar riff, and then you fall on the sidewalk and start to cook like an egg, to fry like an egg. That's how hot it is. For Rin, my wonderful boy Rin Kia, for those, like a more vivid image, my father taught me to parallel park, and he taught me to parallel park in our church parking lot. They had just redid the asphalt in that. It was blacktop, and they had just redone the asphalt in that parking lot. By the end of it, it was so hot on that asphalt, my father's tires were melted, and he had to go buy an entire new set of tires. That's how hot it is in Vegas. I would rather take the Vegas heat than take 95 degrees in Japan with 80% humidity. That was awful, because at least I know I'm gonna die when I step outside in Vegas. When I stepped outside in Tokyo, I was like, dang, this is just awful, because it's a slow death.
Right? It's like you're like boiling in your sweat. And no matter what you do, the sweat doesn't stop because it's like 80 to 90% humidity, even 100 on some days. I think sweating is the worst when it's hot. You're just now boiling.
I just feel icky. Like, and the thing is, as soon as I'm like, all right, what can I buy? What can I buy to help me with this? You know, maybe I could just buy some clothes here. And I was like, oh, Uniqlo, I've never heard of that brand. Apparently they're really good, really ventilated and all that. Let's go check it out. I went to the store and I'm like, what do you mean you don't? Like, they don't have any sizes for me. I'm too tall. Cause like their biggest size is an American like XL. And I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm like, I wear a 2XL at the minimum. Just for the length. And it's, what do you mean?
God,
what do you mean, skill issue?
Of things.
Yeah.
I can't find pants, and I'm like 5'7", and I can't find pants here. Because I'm too tall.
Oh my word. And let me tell you something, guys. Make sure if you ever travel to Japan, if you're American or Canadian, you travel to Japan, you've never experienced that humidity, and you're walking a lot and you're traveling, my two biggest pieces of advice. 1, compression shorts, compression underwear. 2, baby powder wherever you go. Stick that sucker in your bag. And the thing is, if you can, carry your own American baby powder. I'm sorry, Japan. And I don't swear a lot on my streams. Sorry, Japan, I love you. Your pharmacy's got the shittiest baby powder I've ever seen in my life. Like,
it's not great.
It's because as I forgot to pack my own, and I had to go there. And the baby powder they had was like for either babies, or it was in like a container, like for a travel-sized blush or foundation case, or like concealer, where you take it, you pat it on the thing, like it has a little fabric that you take and you slide it between like your middle and your ring finger, and you dab it a little bit and get it on there, and you just dab it on your skin, and that was it. This wasn't a dump the baby powder in your hands, rub it together, throw it up in the air like LeBron at the Lakers championship, and then do your business. This was like small. It's like, it wasn't good. I'm sorry. I have grapes. It's not American sized. It's a privilege. It's privileged. It's.
And also bring your own deodorant stick, please.
Please.
Deodorant sticks do not exist here. I have a stash of deodorant sticks, and whenever I have friends going back abroad, I'm like, bring me deodorant sticks.
Oh my word! I have to declare customs. Yeah, what are you doing with these deodorant sticks? Are they bombs? No, they're just deodorant. I just have a stinky friend.
Exactly. I stockpile.
The thing is, I'm so upset because when I was on my way out of, like, do you know the chapstick brand? Just called Chapstick, right? It is okay. After being in Japan, how is Japan, like, they're so wonderful. They're wonderful in a lot of the innovations they have. I bought so much chapstick from just like a Family Mart, or I think it was like a 7-Eleven. The chapstick they had, it was minty, which means it made I could breathe through my nose. It was soft, it moisturized my lips, but most of all, it was SPF. It was, that sucker prevented my lips from burning, and it was like the best chapstick I've ever had in my life, and I bought like 10 tubes, and I just keep them in my drawer.
I have so many sticks of chapstick.
I see. Do you also eat the chapstick tubes according to Vega?
I have one in, like, I've got one in each of my purses. I have one in my desk. It's just, I need it.
That's the thing. I don't want to run out of it because, like, I don't know when the next time I'm going to go back to Japan is. Because it's a little up in the air. I want to go back in January. Because ticket prices for flights are surprisingly affordable in January. So I might see what I can do. That depends if the girl I'm dating is we're gonna get a little more serious, because funnily enough, once we kind of discussed plans and I walked away and I'm like, oh shoot, if this actually works out, I have no plan for the future. And Because I was like, oh man, once I graduate, I'm gonna go to Japan for a month and chill out and just, you know, just travel around the country. And then once you get a love life, it kind of throws a wrench in your future plans in a good way, of course. So all this to say, I have like chapstick placed at strategic points, like in my home. I have one like by my bed for when I sleep. I have one in my desk. I have one in my bathroom. And I just kind of buy a bunch. I just throw them different places because I know if I have one tube, I'm gonna use it. I use chapstick religiously because I hate dry, crusty lips, and it's uncomfortable. Like, anyway, not the point. Point is, we got very off track.
Back on track. Back onto the track
ADHD
train.
brain. So back to that. All the move. Oh, that's what it started with. We were in Yokohama.
It was the move.
It was, yeah. Sorry, sleeping on the floor. Basically, we were sleeping on the floor, and there was a centipede right next to us, as we were trying to watch Hunter x Hunter during the Chimera Ant arc, and it was terrifying. And it's because we're just laying there, and all of a sudden, like my buddy, my best friend looks down, and he just goes, "Centipede!" and shouts that. We both stand up and scream. And this is during the night hours too, mind you. And so we yelled that. Yeah, that was tense. So I'm never sleeping on the floor in Japan again. I'm sorry. That was terrifying. It was a centipede. And I'm pretty sure it was a garden centipede, so it was harmless.
Are you sure about that, or was it a mukade?
At this point, I don't know. Centipedes are all demons. I don't care.
Yeah, so Japan, I hope it wasn't a mukade. So in Japan, there is a mukade centipede. It was a mukade. So mukade are highly venomous centipedes. They're known for like killing small dogs because they're so venomous.
I am so sorry. That was a legitimate scream because I looked it up and I saw the first image, like, and it jump scared me. Like, I'm so sorry.
They are disgusting, horrible, do not like. You have to be careful with your shoes too, because like they love to live in your shoes. And you do not want to get bit by a mukade because they could, like, if not treated quickly, like you could lose a limb.
I am so. Yeah.
So you're saying Belle got, like, he got very lucky. I don't like them. I've seen like a few, and I do not like. Also, if you step on a mukade, like if you like stepped on it with your shoe, its mate will find your shoe and have babies in it, and your shoe is dead.
I'm gonna mute you. I don't like centipedes.
Yeah, so be careful of.
Like,
your fear of centipedes is my fear of spiders. I understand.
See, I'm okay with spiders. Because 9 times out of 10, most spiders they're harmless to humans. And the thing is, if you mess with, say, like a black widow, of course, you know, that's very obvious. But like a daddy long legs, that's not. You can hold and pet a daddy long legs. It's not gonna do anything.
But daddy long legs are technically not spiders. They're not actually part of the spider family. They're part of a different set of families.
Okay, you know what? It's like a it's like a huntsman spider. Then it's a giant. All right. Well, looks like we're both shrieking in terror during this stream.
I had one living at my door for like 3 weeks and it wouldn't leave.
That's
yeah, not fun.
But yeah, like, well, it's just so funny too because my best friend and I we're watching Hunter x Hunter, and we're watching the Chimera Ant arc, which for those that don't know, I won't go into much detail about the arc because it's fantastic. It is peak cinema. It's so good. There are a bunch of bugs that basically. Like, the bugs are kind of I'll just say they're bugs, and a lot of them are they're real bugs and whatever. And so the idea of just a centipede crawling down the floor right next to me, like us, we again, I don't swear that often on stream. It freaked me the fuck out. Like,
more flashback.
Yeah, maybe hold on. Hopefully I don't like scream like I did before. Garden, I spelled garden wrong. Centipede, please, no. I'm just gonna.
My deep hatred for bugs. Bugs in general, but spiders are number.
Okay, what about Japanese centipede? Thank the Lord, I don't think it was... Why the hell does... It might have been a Mukade. Oh.
Yeah, if it has any kind of like red on it, it was a Mukade.
Alright, that's enough looking at pictures of centipedes. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. I don't like that. No. Devil, why are you like this? Okay, alright. Moving to Japan. Once you actually got... Like, oh, actually... Because you have a partner. You're married, are you not?
Yes.
That was okay. Like, I hope that wasn't like a I was Forgive me if that was a bad question.
No, not a bad question.
Okay.
He just doesn't like to be talked about much.
Oh, sure. Don't worry. It wasn't about him. It was more... I know a lot of people who, when they these days they want to move to Japan, they're not in the they're typically single. They're not in relationships. So you know, if I may, what was it like moving with your partner and trying to adapt this new lifestyle with you and your family?
Oh. Because of visa restrictions, it took about 6 months for me to move them here. It is definitely not easy. Lots of work, a lot of things. There's a lot of like, nani. When you're looking for like apartments and stuff, you have to be very careful too, because a lot of places don't tend to want like couples or more than one person, and yeah, it was a lot of paperwork too. So, yeah, I don't really like talk about my partner in crime very much. My unfortunate mate is like what I like to call him. I mean,
but they've done well to support you, and they've done well to support you. So, you know,
yeah, very heavy emotional support for sure. Especially during a lot of my transitions between moving to a different country, and you know, nani, my VTubing stuff, my content's very.
Yeah, it's a transition. And but you know, you have your family, and it looks like most importantly you have your community, and that backs you up. And so that kind of support is just, it's the best kind of thing. So I think, because we spent so much time talking about, you know, your personal life, I wouldn't want to run out of time. I want to make sure we talk about your other ventures. So would you like to speak on ASMR real quick, and then maybe talk about your experience and your life thus far as a North American VTuber in Japan, and maybe give insights into that?
Yeah.
So,
sure.
ASMR. What does ASMR stand for?
Yes. Quickly looking up ASMR.
Sorry, these are the
autonomous sensory meridian response, ASMR.
Cool, hell yeah. Also, hey Van, what's going on? I need to respond to your message. They were asking me about new microphones. Don't worry, I that was not meant to be a hardball question. I just kind of was like, wait, ASMR, what does that stand for?
What does that stand for?
It stands for things. How long have you been doing it?
Oh gosh, almost 2 years now.
2
because
years.
it was right before I moved to Japan, so almost. Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute. What made you decide to pursue it then? Because, like, for someone like myself, ASMR is not like something like I would think I would try. And it just thinking about that the audio behind it is fascinating to me. The 3DO microphone I've never experienced. because the thing is, all that is, that's just a stereo microphone. With the way it's the way it's physically made, hard pans your audio.
Yes.
Like, it hard pans your audio left and right. Like you got ears on. And one of my favorite YouTubers calls it the freakishly large ears on a stick.
That's straight up all it is. That is straight up all it is.
So what made you decide to do this then?
So at the time I was feeling very stagnant in my content. I didn't really know where I wanted to take myself, my content, Lenore as a brand. I was just overarchingly stuck. And so I took a lot of minutes to myself and I'm like, okay, I have skills in voice acting. That's like the only real skill in retrospect I have. Gaming, I'm not professional. I'm not a professional Fortnite player or DVD player. I'm just like, those aren't really things that I'm good at. So I'm like, okay, I enjoy doing those things, but I'm not good at it. And so I'm like, okay, what am I good at? What is a skill I currently have in my arsenal that could be used for content? And I dabbled around in doing, like, going back to my roots, which was a lot of like voice acting comic dubs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to just go back to doing that, which is a thing I can also talk about if you want.
Speaking of comic dubs, for 1 second, I saw you posted one on Twitter recently, and I was in a call with Tay, and the moment I saw that and I heard that, I yelled at this man. I said, "Lenore does comic dubs? Dang it, I've been looking for a deep-voiced feminine voice for a long time." Like, because I also do those, and I post those in my server for voice acting opportunities, and I get permission from a lot of different artists to do them. And so it's hard for me to find people with one who have just, you know, a little more professional experience in it, but also has a lower tone, like a more natural lower tone. And so when I heard that, I'm like, gosh, dang it, I should have asked. Sorry. Non sequitur. I apologize a lot. So
it's all good.
Tay's gonna throw things at me.
Yeah, so when I started content, gosh, that I'll go into that. That's my previous life. That is a long time ago, and I will talk about it. But yeah, at the time I didn't know where to take my content, but I knew I had voice acting experience, especially in like comic dubbing and things. I'm like, okay, what can I do with voice acting? And so I'm like, do I go back to comic dubbing? It just wasn't really something I was interested in. And then I discovered like the voice act, like the ASMR community. And I'm like, I don't really think this is my kind of thing. But I'm like, you know what? It doesn't hurt to try. And
give
so
it the old college try.
I just tried.
Yeah.
And it was definitely, at first I'm like, I'm not into this. But then, because my content, if ever watching my ASMR stream, a lot of ASMR is like high trigger sound, like ear massages and stuff like that. I'm just like, I'm not into that. I'm not into it. Neither am I. And I'm like, okay, so how can I market this to something that people want and I can provide?
Yeah.
And I realized what a lot of people, I took inspiration from Mama Nora, so my mom.
Oh.
Because growing up, my mom used to always have her TV on at night because she liked the ambient sounds of somebody just talking. So she would have it at pretty low volume, and she would just, I don't know, she liked to run Law and Order SVU all through the night. I don't know how she did that, not have nightmares. I was
gonna say, how do you be like, all right, dearie, I'm going to bed now. I'll see you in the morning. I'm gonna just put on some SVU, goes into bed. What a wonderful night. Dun dun.
It was Law and Order and Law and Order SVU. It just goes for hours, and that was it. And I guess I took a lot of that of an inspiration. I'm like, what if I just talked into a microphone quietly for ASMR when people want that? And I found out just somebody ambiently talking quietly made people go to sleep because my mom did it. So I'm like, why not?
No. I'm sorry. I'm just like, we need a comic now of just like, Mama Lenore, just like, I'm going to bed now. I'll see you in the morning, and just on the TV, sound as can be, sound asleep, is just the little dun dun noise, and there's just iced tea. It's just like, so you're telling me we got a body here? And she's like, music to my ears.
My mother is an interesting lady, which I'll talk about
to
way
be fair,
later.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to be fair, my mother, when she was still with us, sounds like the same kind of individual, because she would fall asleep to something like How I Met Your Mother. So,
yeah.
you know, just that kind of just falling asleep just like that. Sorry, continue before I so rudely SVU the little dun dun. Anyway.
So I was like, okay, let's try doing like more lower, like calmer, like conversation ASMR, and then I just found out people really like that, and then I'm like, okay, now I have that under my belt. Well, people really like roleplay, which I did not know ASMR roleplay was a thing at this point.
Wait, what?
I came upon ASMR roleplay? RP?
That's a thing? I thought that would just be roleplay. There's what is ASMR roleplay? Is that the
my content I make on you?
Well, like, is that would that be considered the scripts I was writing? Is that the Oh,
scripted ASMR is considered like is roleplay. So
my mind is blown right now.
It's like, okay, well, I have voice acting experience. Let's take that and find some scripts. And then I found the ASMR Script Haven Reddit, found a bunch of awesome writers who write ASMR themed roleplay scripts, and just started recording. And at the beginning, they were pretty not great. my recordings, because I had no idea what I was doing. And then I'm like, okay, let's just keep trying and trying. Just nothing was hitting. And then one day I came upon a script, and I told myself, Lenore, you are not going to make mommy content. You are not going to make mommy content. You are not going to make mommy content. And I came upon a script. I really liked it. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just record it and see what happens.
If it's any if it's any consolation, I swore to myself when I started, I'm like, I will, as a voiceover, I'm like, I will not do NSFW voiceover. I'm better than that.
Start that way.
I'm better than that. I don't need to do that. And somebody asked me to help out with it, and I recorded it, and it did very well. And I said, all right, I'm not doing it again. And I saw somebody sent me a video and like, do you think you could do this? I'm like, okay, maybe one more time. 500,000 views later, here we are.
Right?
And that was 500,000 on one video, and I'm like, hey guys!
Right? For me, it was that actually a lot of people, this is the video that most people who come to my streams go, wait, you're that person? Was my Succubus Cuddles Her Cat Boy ASMR video, which is almost at 400,000 views. And it was the first mommy ASMR I did. It was the first one where I was using my lower register and doing a more sultry content, and it hit. And I went, well,
mommy cuddles
let's
for what?
do that. Mommy Cuddles Her Cat Boy. It's my ¡1 ASMR video. And that's where a lot of people found me. And oh gosh. And so I went into it, and I enjoy it. And that's also a big thing within like the VTuber sphere as it is. A lot of like content creators or VTubers specifically sell a lot of like, what can you provide to a community? So a lot of them provide like the girlfriend experience or like the idol experience. And I'm too old for that.
I think some people would disagree. Chat, tell her she's wrong.
It was just not my cup of tea. And I was like, what can I do that makes me feel comfortable and makes like, it just makes me happy, it makes people happy, and I realized that a lot of people were like hey, you're very motherly. And I'm like, am I? And they're like, yeah. And so that is where I just realized that's the kind of content I wanted to make. That's the person. And I am, like, I'm a very motherly person.
Yeah.
30 is a perfect mommy.
What is it the kids say these days? There's two things they say. They're like after 30, like, hags are in. I'm not saying you're a hag by any means.
Nah, I live that hag life. I understand.
It's I'm 25, so I'm 5 years from hitting unk status. Even though I'm actually an uncle, but I'm 5 years away from hitting that unk status. So then I'll be officially old, apparently, by the young kids. But the other thing they say is, with enough fuel you could restart a fire, was it a dead star or something like that? So it's like, don't underestimate chat. They're like, it ages like a fine wine. So don't lose confidence, Lenore. Your chat will love you.
I definitely.
Look, as long as you got Tay, he's gonna throw it.
But yeah, and then I just kind of fell into it, and I've been really happy. I enjoy what I make. I enjoy the feelings that I bring to people, and I just the fact that I've had people be like, "I'm a fan of yours," and I'm like, "But why? Why? I'm a nobody." That's my own brain.
That's exactly how I feel about it too. When I post any voiceover content, and they're like, "Hey, you're very good," and I'm like, "You're lying to me."
Right? It's definitely an interesting thing, and
it is.
So I just honed in on to what people really were looking for, and I don't mind. And there's also a thing is like being comfortable with myself and like what and boundaries and all that, any kind of thing, right?
Yeah. What's going on, Amon? With that, ASMR is typically it's a genre of content that often people, I feel like, misunderstand and misconstrue
100%.
as they hear the word ASMR, or they hear the phrase ASMR, and they immediately think, oh, you do sexual content, like you're doing this fetish content. And you know, me and my ignorant brain, you know, asked me 5 years ago, I'd probably think the same thing. But you know, when I was introduced to your channel, you know, because it was one of the things I had the idea, the preconceived notion, but I never actively sought it out, so I never thought to change my opinion on it. And once I finally saw what you do, you know, just your streams, I'm like, oh, ASMR, that's not that bad. And my whole point being is that with something such as this kind of genre of content, how do you try and change people's perspective and mind that ASMR is not fetishized sexual content? It's just a form of entertainment that helps people. Mostly.
Like, at the end of the day, there, in any kind of content, there's always going to be, like, if it exists, there is NSFW content of it, unfortunately. Like, it's just, it is what it is. There is people who do like NSFW ASMR, and that's perfectly fine. Like, I used to do that a lot too, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But when my safe for work things get flagged as being sexual, and I'm just staring at a camera going, what? So are you telling me that when you watch anime or watch animated movies who have voice actors in it, you inherently think all of that is sexual? I'm very confused at where you think, right? It's very confusing, because unfortunately there is this stigmatism, like how anime, like when I was growing up, used to be stigmatized as, oh, all anime is just hentai.
We used to bully people. We used to bully people for saying they like Dragon Ball.
Right. Oh, it's all just porn, and you're like, what? No, it's not.
Trust me. I remember when I was watching anime in middle school, and like, you know, I was like talking to my brother about that. I'm like, yeah, no, I watched this. So just started watching the show, and I thought it was cool. It's about like these Japanese idols, and like they fight in mech suits, and like my brother, he's like, So basically, it's one of them hentais. And I'm like, the hell is wrong with you? Did I say that?
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
it's unfortunate because that is just like where a lot of people tend to just go when it comes to that, because maybe that's all they've absorbed was like the NSFW version of the content, and that's just their preconceived notion.
Yeah.
There is people who do like overly like only make trigger sounding contents, like, you know, ear licking or whatever, but not all of us do. Like my content, especially like my YouTube stuff, is primarily my role play, and
I feel like there's go ahead.
Like every few months, YouTube goes through the purge of ASMR artists are all just the same, and then we all just get demonetized or lose our accounts. I've been demonetized once off YouTube because they believe my content was sexual, and I'm just like, are you saying that anything like with a voice is sexual? It was to a point where I would upload my content with just the sound effects to see if they would just flag my voice, and it turned into that my voice was just too sexual, like my tones were too sexual. And it's like, I can't change my voice, to the point even my streams on YouTube were getting flagged, even if they weren't ASMR, because my voice was too sexual.
I think what
like, what?
I think because something that also popped in mind as you're saying this, I feel like it also contributes to the unfortunate one-sided misogynistic nature that comes from content creation, where a lot of female or female presenting or feminine artists are unfairly treated in that landscape, where just for sounding slightly like considered, like when I say slightly, I'm like, you're not, it's not even like, if I were to do the do that versus if you did that, I was half-assing that. I want to make that clear. That I could do better than that. Not the point. If I did that, they're like, oh, it's okay. But if you did that, they're like, no, you can't do that. It's I think that it also contributes to, you know, just you getting hit with these things, just unfair treatment, and there's no double standard. So
for sure, it's the unfortunate territory of just content creation. I feel like, as like a female presenting individual on the planet, there's a lot of like it happens, but it's definitely frustrating when livelihoods are on the line. Like I rely on the money that comes in for like YouTube for ad revenue to ensure the future of my content and the future of my streams. And when that just abruptly gets turned off, like that's it. And that's definitely, there's days where I wake up and I'm terrified that I'll get the dreaded email that they've terminated my YouTube channel.
Yeah, and it sucks when you have to have that adapt or die. Also, Amon, sorry, we used to do RRs on the VOD, not anymore. If you want that from me or Lenore, you gotta spend the channel points for that, and that's in Lenore's thing. That's in Lenore's stream. You ain't getting that for free. I'm just saying. So, and with let me just do this real quick. Where is it? But yeah, it's so as you're trying to evolve your content, this will be the last thing I say, and then we'll move on to the sort of last section of this before we get to our 10 questions. Is don't you throw money at me, because I will cave. Don't you do that. Wait a minute. There was an easier way I can do this. There we go. Yeah, go follow Lenore. Also go follow her YouTube channel. Thank you for the fart. But it's, oh my word. Do you have any advice or any words of inspiration for people that want to get into ASMR? They want to try their hand at it. Because there are a few people in my server that started wanting to do it recently. I know myself, I'm wanting to learn and try and do it for my community because I owe them that. They earned it. So what words of advice or inspiration do you have for these beginning ASM artists, as it were?
I feel like the first thing you need to like sit down and like think about yourself, especially like your mental state, your comfortability, and write out things you are comfortable with providing for people. Making sure that you yourself have boundaries.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, in any kind of sphere, there's some people who tend to try and push over the boundary, and you don't know yourself if, does that make me uncomfortable? Should I do this? Having a set guideline for yourself to ensure what your personal boundaries are before you start something, I think is so important, because you'll then start to second guess yourself. Like, does that make me feel weird? Oh, wait, I had that written down saying, hey, that would have made me uncomfortable before I did this, would still make me uncomfortable now. And that can always change over time, because maybe you will become more comfortable with doing something. But always ensure that your boundaries are met and your safety is met, because the community is so welcoming and so kind, but there is, unfortunately, in any kind of space, there is outliers that do take away the fun and the enjoyment. And making sure that you as a creator is safe and comfortable doing things. So before starting ASMR, I just say, sit down, write out things that you are comfortable with doing, you're not comfortable with doing, like, and what kind of content you want to create in the sphere. If you want to do like the boyfriend/girlfriend experience, you can do that. But if that's something you already knew right from the get-go, you don't feel comfortable with, like solidifying that in yourself, like, I'm just not comfortable with doing that. But say down the line you do become comfortable with that, like wanting to explore that content, that is perfectly okay, because that's your own, like, consent, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. But it's definitely difficult, like, again, ensuring your feelings are met, but also you want to provide good content for your community.
Exactly.
So it's
that's the advice I tell people when they want to get either into on-camera acting or they want to, especially voice acting, is I always say, understand what you're willing to do and what you're willing to do. Don't compromise your boundaries for the sake of fame or money. It's not worth it. I've seen it.
100%.
I've almost done it. The thing is, I don't mind doing NSFW VO stuff, but the thing is, I pick and choose specifically what I do because I know what I'm comfortable with. I know what I'm okay with.
100%. Absolutely agree.
Yeah. It's very much a, what do I want to give my community, but it's also, what do I want to give myself? So, Vega, don't you throw more bits.
Also adapting and making new skills. There is nothing wrong with trying something and it didn't like that, but say, hey, maybe I did. Me with my mommy ASMR content, where I got, I don't think I want to make that, but you know what? I'll try it once and see how it goes. And then I ended up really enjoying it, and I really enjoyed cultivating a community around a motherly approach to myself, because inherently I am a very motherly person, so I didn't feel so out of touch with that identity. So it made me very happy. I enjoy what I do, and I think that was what was really, because just doing something for numbers, because oh my goodness, the sheer amount of people who go, I'm gonna get into ASMR, hit partner, and become famous, and yet they have no desire to do anything or pursue anything or expand outside of just that. And it infuriates me within the sphere where people just go, well, you just became famous for just like licking a microphone. I'm like, did you ever watch any of my content and how long it takes me to record, edit, find scripts, contact people, get artists, find an editor for my audio, make sure my audio, like, really? Oh yes, because just licking into a microphone is all I do.
I was told by one person, you've only grown as much as you did because you have your talk show, and people like you just bank on the people who come in, like your guests community coming in and following.
Oh,
and I'm like,
gag me with a spoon.
And I'm like, firstly, that hurts. Secondly, if I cared about that, I wouldn't have people who just started and only have 10 followers. Like, what are you on about? I have far more people that are, you know, small VTubers than I do that the off chance I have a bigger individual. So it's like, you need to see the work that goes in to the beginning stuff and the stuff that happens like between shows like this. And even then, it's not for the sake of growth. It's because I enjoy doing it. But people are ignorant.
And that's the Oh, absolutely. And it's unfortunate the way people are, right? Like, I could not do a talk show. I couldn't do what you do. And I think that's amazing what you can do and the skills that you've been able to acquire through like life experiences and do something about it. I think that's really admirable of you. And if people feel like you're just trying to climb the social ladder, I'm like, who isn't trying to climb a social ladder? Who isn't trying to get ahead in this world? Oh, don't be coming at me like, oh, la la la. No, that is so silly. It is so silly.
Perhaps when you offer the compliment, I should have done, yeah, mother. Oh, yeah. This is...
But... you're using a skill that you've acquired through like life things, and there's nothing wrong with that. And the people just it's so silly.
It's like, guys, you can go back and look in my first like 10 to 20, like I've done almost 100 episodes of this show. I want you to know that. I've done almost 100 episodes, and my very first, like my first 10 or 20, I feel so bad for my guests because I was terrible. I was not good. And I acknowledge that. And since then, I feel I've been able to do much better, but that's because it took a lot of time and work to do that.
100%.
People often remembered Michelangelo as the artist that painted the Sistine Chapel, that sculpted David and the Venus de Milo before the age of 30. The man failed a lot. He is famous for having very unfinished paintings because he did not like the way they were. So a man like that who can paint the Sistine Chapel and paint the Sistine Chapel all the way into like his 50s or 60s and create David, the statue of David, before the age of 30. If a man like that has a lot of unfinished business and has that many failures, I'm sure you can do it too. So,
absolutely.
Anyway, you send DMs or is... Hey, I'll take a moment to throw my Discord out there. I just say that because in my Discord server, if you want to do voice acting, you want to do art stuff, you want to do other stuff, I'm just saying I host a whole plethora of stuff. So, but that's a spiel at the end of the stream. So that's the final thing on that. I think with the last couple minutes, being an EN VTuber in the JP sphere.
Oh no.
Yeah. Explain that for us.
Oh gosh. It's lonely.
Oh no. And so you hey, one of these days you can run into, apparently John Lucius Merriweather likes to walk home. So you might run into him, I don't know.
Right? Whenever I look at other foreigners, I go, "Are you a VTuber?" in my head.
It's okay. I after working with him and his team for one of my projects, if you want Lenore, I'll send a message and say, "Hey, I got this friend. I got you."
Always.
But yeah.
But for sure, being an English VTuber in the JP sphere, it funny enough, there is a lot of us here. I have quite a few friends who are VTubers who are here in Japan, and we try and meet up whenever we can. But that's the unfortunate thing about Japan, is the truth about being busy. It's time. Time is like, if I want to hang out with somebody, I am planning 2 months in advance, maybe 3. I've still promised a friend a Caesarea date, and I have bailed on her more times than I can count, and she's coming at me with spaghetti emotes because she demands the pasta, the cheap pasta. But it's hard. You know, a lot of us not only VTube and we try and make time for our communities and our content, but we also have day jobs that keep our visas here, and it's definitely very difficult. We definitely exist.
You're not there
but we're busy.
Yeah, you're not there to have fun, you're there to work. And people tend to, like, just because you have a visa there doesn't mean you're there, you made it. You're there to work. You're working for the people of Japan at that point. And it's, you know, unless you go return home, you can be kicked out at any time for any reason. And so it's simply a privilege. It's simply a privilege to be in a different country and working, because there are 10 other people that will gladly take your spot if you're not able to keep that in mind of that privilege.
Hundreds would want the opportunities that a lot of us have here, and we have to be very careful and make sure our identities still are kept. And it's definitely not easy. I've had this conversation with a lot of people. It's like, well, Lenore, if you got the opportunity to be a full-time creator in Japan, would you stay? And I'm like 100%, without a second thought, I would stay if I could do content and streaming as my full-time gig. But it's definitely weighing on me mentally, physically. There's a lot of times where you get straight up FOMO, the fear of missing out. You watch Offkai happen, you watch AX happen, you watch acquaintances and friends who live in countries where there is a plethora of VTuber spheres, and I just kind of sit here and I go, man, I feel really lonely. It's the mental strain of feeling like, I'm missing out on, I feel like I'm missing out on sponsorship opportunities, networking opportunities, and it definitely weighs on the brain, especially being so far away from those kind of communities. Obviously, the Japanese community does exist here, but again, they very much keep to their own. They're not as open about it as they are in the West. We're going to Offkai, and face reveals and things are very much common in the West now, where VTubing is still very much an idle sphere here in Japan, unless you are. Where we are seeing it more as sponsorships and networking opportunities here, they still see it as Hololive, Nijisanji. The anime character is who they are, and they don't go outside of that unless they're in a corporation. It's still very much an idol culture here.
Sorry, continue.
No worries. But yeah, that's just kind of I just hit my mic.
I do that all the time.
I talk with my hands.
Yo, you do what's called we do the genuflecting.
Yep. So definitely making friends outside of a very small knit community is very difficult. But whenever VTubers do come to Japan, I'm like, please be my friend. Hang out with me, please.
Yeah. Sorry, gesticulating. That's the word. Gesticulation. That's the word. Genuflect is when you bow on one knee. Is when you get on your knee. When you genuflect, that's when you bow and when you get on one knee.
Learning new words.
Yes. Something caught my attention as you were speaking about this. How do you manage and how do you deal with homesickness? Because I know when I left home for the first time at the tender age of 19 to serve a religious mission, I was so scared, and I was afraid, and I didn't have trust in myself, and I did not stay out as long as I thought I would, and I ended up coming home because I was so homesick. Didn't prepare me for it. Now imagine for you, you've been to Japan. This is your third time being in Japan, and you've been there for almost 2 years. So I imagine perhaps the feeling has been subsided a little bit, but it still is there, I'd imagine.
For sure. How do I word this? So I was here on an exchange when I was in my teens. I came here by myself. I was put into the countryside. I was alone, and I only lasted 8 months. Ooh. Versus when I should have been there for over a year. And because I was very lonely. T and me was very sad. So it was definitely not easy. That was the true point of when I had that homesickness feeling. But the way I am now, I'm much older. I'm more comfortable with myself and my mental health. I'm definitely in a different place than I was many months ago. It also helped very much that my family were just kind of looking at the clock going, okay, so when you going back? So for Japan to happen again, wasn't like a, what do you mean you're going back? It was okay, so how long you going this time?
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Of when, yeah. So for my family, they were completely like, oh yeah, come back when you want. So the homesickness for my family, I miss probably my sister. Me, my younger sister are very, very, very close.
I remember sometimes I see posts that you talk about on Twitter of just you love your family and you like your sister, and just how much you're bugging your sister like, come visit.
I'm trying so hard, but me and my younger sister are very close. Like, so being away from her is probably one of the hardest things. And I also have 2 pets back at home. I have Demon Dog and Void Cat.
Hell yeah.
And I miss them so much.
Yeah.
Because Demon Dog, oh gosh, how old is she turning? She's going on almost 5.
Wow.
And Void Cat, she's going on 13 or 14. And so
when I came up here,
it's definitely the hardest.
When I came up here to college, because I've said it before numerous times, I was raised in, and I typically say my hometown is, I'm from Las Vegas, Sin City and whatnot. And when I left for college here in 2021, I left behind my 2 wonderful little cats, and they're my boys. That's what I call them. And they're just, one's a short-haired tabby, and there's a long-haired Maine Coon, and they're just cute as can be. But it's one of those things where it's like, when you live on your own, when you're just, you try and do that new experience for the first time, it's very scary. And when I traveled to Japan last year, I was fortunate enough where I traveled with my best friend the entire time. And it's much easier, I like to say. Not, it makes it completely easy, but makes it easier. Aw, thank you so much for the follow, Shu. You didn't have to do it. I appreciate that. You are wonderful, Shu. I feel like it's a little easier to manage when you have somebody by your side to help you with it. So, and in this case, even if you're not in a relationship, you're not married, but you're a streamer, thankfully you're not alone, because you have your community that you're taking with you. So you're never truly alone in that aspect.
It's very true. It's definitely, having such wonderful people backing me up through everything is definitely like so important. Having a sense of community in general is so important. I've had to build a community here for myself, and it's not easy, but
you've certainly put in the work, and I've seen the work pay off. The hard work, Lenore, the hard work does not go unnoticed.
Oh, I'm glad, because there's days, honestly, where I lie in bed, cry, and maybe I should just go home and give up everything. But then I rationalize myself, and I realize, no, I'm not done yet.
And I think that's what makes individuals like yourself very strong and admirable in that regard, because you don't do what I did. You don't leave after you doubt yourself, because it's not healthy. And it's good to have those moments of self-doubt, those moments of crying, because once you see I'm stronger than I think I am, I can do this, there's nothing wrong with having a moment of emotional representation. And it seems that those moments of lucidity about your situation, it gives you the perspective of, I know why I'm here. And the advice a very good family friend told me is, don't listen to the naysayers. Stay where you are. Know who wants you there, and know who wants you to come home.
Yep.
And it seems you've done well to understand where you should be in that. And for that, you have my respect and admiration.
Thank you. It's definitely not easy. I try to think like 2-3 years in advance. What's the next thing for Lenore? What am I gonna do next? And if somebody asks me that right now, like, if I could throw out, if money wasn't the issue, if a visa wasn't the problem, if life wasn't just so complicated right now, if I had the dream, I would probably want to move to Los Angeles, become a full-time voice actor, full-time content creator, streamer, VTuber. And if I had like the true dream, like sign on to like my dream quote, but like it's there's so much factors that like that hold me back. I even hold myself back for sure.
We all do that. And I'll tell you what, if you ever decide to go to Los Angeles, hit me up for that, because I have family that works at an ADR studio in Los Angeles, a cool ADR studio in Los Angeles. So if that's something you're interested in, hit me up when you're in Los Angeles, and I can hook you up.
That would be awesome. Thank you.
So, you're welcome. I think that's all the time we have for now, because we're a little bit over. We still have to do our 10 little questions. But if you're able to find time within the future, I would love to have you back for another 2 hours, and we pick up where we left off, because this has been nothing,
I would love to.
This has been nothing but informative, and it's been we've had our moments of chaos, but these are the moments that are my favorite part about doing the show, is when everything kind of settles down a little bit, chat just kind of slows down, and we get much more like we just get into the deep conversation of just why we do what we do. So, sorry, I've gone into like my like wisdom dad voice is what I like to call it.
The wisdom. I love the wisdom dad voice.
You think of going back for entry-level business to work your way up? If you can do that, college is hard, and I always say this: college is not for everybody. My biggest advice for people who want
hard.
I've struggled maintaining my 3.8 GPA, but it's been worth it. It's been worth it. And my biggest advice, if you're wanting to go back to college, you want to do that, know why you're going first. Have a plan, know why you're going. Because if you don't, you're just gonna waste time and money. Regardless,
100%.
I have confidence that I think you could do it. And if anything, major in business, do a minor in writing, do a minor in English. Just saying. If you have faith and confidence in your writing ability, do a minor in English, because that does surprisingly open up a lot of doors. You'd be surprised. So, with this, let's move to our last 10 questions, and we're gonna kind of be a little brisk with this because it is your Saturday. And I don't want to take up too much of your Saturday time. So, for those that have not joined us before, these are the 10 questions I ask my guests at the end of every episode. These questions were written by writer, actor, director James Lipton that would often ask a guest on a show inside the actor's studio. These questions have no right or wrong answers. They're simply for us to see what our guest responses are. If you've never played this with us before, I highly encourage you, in the chat, give us your answers, because I'd love to hear what they are, and I would love to read what your reasoning is. So, without further ado, no, I'm just kidding. Lenore, are you ready?
I think so. I think I'm ready.
All right,
let's go.
I have faith. Question number 1. What is your favorite word? The eyes got, just for you, just for these first 2 questions. Actually, for 3 questions we have here. Actually, all right, we'll figure this out. What is your favorite word in English and Japanese? Hey, Ackle, what's going on? That's another wonderful. That's another wonderful VA VTuber. Fun fact: he's taking his, I think, 3rd trip back to Japan soon. So, yeah. Anywho.
Welcome back.
Mistress Lenore here currently lives in Japan. Lives in Japan for almost 2 years and is a VTuber there. So, VTuber, voice actress, ASM artist, and also short Chaos Gremlin.
We love the short Chaos Gremlin. Wait, I'm short? I'm not short!
Dang, I thought I could sneak that in there. Oh, 4th? All right, man. He's like, actually, it's my 4th trip. But no, we're not. We stopped counting. What is your favorite word in English and Japanese?
Oh God, what is my favorite word? I don't know. Can I swear?
That's a question for later.
My favorite Japanese word is yabai.
Okay.
Big, small. Yabai. It's a broad term of meaning. Oh no. Oh crap. Oh geez. Hola. Ba ba ba. Everything is yabai. Food is yabai. Life is yabai. I love yabai. It's my favorite word. My favorite English word. I use the word busy a lot. I hate it though. It's my least favorite word.
Then if you want, allow me to rephrase. What is a word that you use on a daily basis that when you say it tends to bring you great joy? Not necessarily a favorite word, but one that brings you great joy.
Brings me great joy. Oh no, why is that the word I thought of?
Oh.
No, it's too mushy. It's too mushy.
What's the word?
Love.
Do not feel
love.
There's
love is my favorite word.
I respect and I appreciate the response because because of my mother and the way she raised me. That is just my mom always instilled just how important it is to just tell the people you care about how much you love them, because she said
So
no matter, like, it's not something you simply say to partners or family, it's something you say to friends. And if you truly, like, if you care about them, they're important in your life. That's why every time I always leave or I end a call with someone I truly care about, I always end it with love you, I love you, I'll talk to you later. You know, and
right?
I'll always end it like that, because like I don't say it to Tay, but that's because I don't need to say it to Tay. That's just implied. He's my boyfriend. So but like my two best friends, like my buddy Brandon who traveled with me to Japan, and one of my other best friends, you know, anytime we finish a conversation, we always say sorry to sing chat. We'd always say, you know, at the end of the call, just say, hey, love you, man, love you, brother. He's like, hey, love you too, I'll talk to you later. And so, you know, especially when my mom, like the last time I ever spoke to my mom, I had a conversation with her, and I'm so happy that at the very end of it, just any conversation we had the last time we spoke on the phone, I thankfully said, hey mom, I just want you to know I love you so much. She's like, I love you too. I love you. I almost said my real name. So that's how emotional, that's how much it means to me. So it's not sappy. I completely understand.
Okay.
So
I totally agree, because like I always say there's a difference between being in love with somebody and love. Being in love with somebody does not inherently mean that you don't love them, vice versa. You can love your friends, you can love your family, you can love your partners. Like, because people are like, are you in love with me? I'm like, no, I love you, and that's okay. Yeah. And there's always that big
ball stack.
What's the name?
Sorry, I was caught off guard. Yeah. Thank you, ball stack, for dropping in. Am I in a therapy session?
Therapy session, maybe.
Wow, we had. What is your least favorite word in English and in Japanese?
Oh, in English, busy.
Busy. Oh.
Busy is my #1 hated word.
It's
because I'm sick and tired of always saying, hey, I can't do something. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm busy. I hate the word busy.
Beautiful. Love the word beautiful.
Yep.
I wish I wasn't so, like, my chat can attest. I have not streamed, like, as I used to stream 5 days a week, and now I stream maybe like once or twice a week, because I'm just focusing on my college. It's more important.
You're busy. What can I say? My least favorite word.
But that's why I'm like, at least if I don't stream, I know I can always just do one episode of the VOD a week, and I will be fine. So, what inspires you creatively?
What inspires me?
What inspires you creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
What inspires me? Gosh, why is it when it's questions about me, I get so like, I don't, Is it like what inspires me or who inspires me? Can they both be like?
What inspires you? Because if it's a constellation, I had to rephrase this, because the original question was it was what turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally. But chat couldn't.
I see what you mean.
But chat couldn't be mature about it, so I had to reword it.
Okay, it's like my passions, I think.
Mm-hmm.
When I people have said this to me. I don't. Most of the things that people tell, like, people have to tell me that I do things, because I'm like, what are you talking about? This is just me living my daily life. And they go, no, like, you're inspiring. And I'm like, but why? And they're like, because no matter what happens, I push forward and I keep going. And I'm like, do I though?
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely just being passionate about something, loving something.
Yeah.
Just if I didn't love what I did, I wouldn't do it. If I didn't want to move to Japan, I didn't have to. But what inspires me is just what's going to happen next, and I just want to keep being inspired. I want to keep creating. I want to have something that lives longer than I do.
You want something that's enduring.
Yeah, like, at the end of the day, we're only here for a certain amount of time on this planet, and I'm tired. This is something I revelationally had in like my late 20s. So if anyone else isn't here yet, it's okay. That that I couldn't keep living in my past. I couldn't let the things that happened to me keep holding me back. It couldn't define me anymore. And learning to accept that and not really let go, but not let it define what my future was going to be. And I became a better person through it, and I'm healthier, I'm happier. Of course there's days where the goblins get to my brain and it's like, no, you should just give up because nobody cares, which isn't true. And I just inspire. I just want to be inspiring and inspire other people to just keep going, because who knows when the last day is, and I don't want to live in a regret that I didn't do something because I was too afraid to do it, or what ifs. I'm tired of what ifs, and I'm just going to keep doing it.
And I learned that too, of especially like within this past year, because like I said, turning 25, it's being a quarter of a century old. It's I realized that I need to make sure I'm living my real authentic self, because like without going into too much detail, living in a religious environment, when it comes to who I am as an individual, I grew up with a lot of repressed feelings and a lot of repressed ideologies and a lot of stuff like that. And this past year has been super formative for me, because I finally, for the first time, felt like I was able to just be myself. And I didn't let anybody, I did not let my past me become what I want to be. Instead, I just move forward. And that, at the end of the day, was what I feel like is the crux of your thing. Is you just want to do you. And the last thing you want to do is, the world's ending tomorrow. Is like, Lenore, what are you doing? The world's ending tomorrow. Sorry, I'm too busy. Can that wait till like Friday?
Can we reschedule to like maybe
June?
August 1st at 4?
So, actually, wait, no, sorry, I got a collab that day.
Oh crap, we gotta move it again.
Yes, the meteor hurling towards the Earth. Oh shoot, my bad. Opens up Outlook, opens up Google Calendar. So when work best for you?
Yeah, what is the end of the world when I work better for you?
My bad.
Right.
So, if that's what turns you on creatively, spiritually, emotionally, what turns you off? Busyness?
Busyness.
Because that was exactly
at the end of the busyness. Just
actually, you strike me as an individual. It'd not be busyness. It would be unnecessary busyness.
Yes, unnecessary busyness.
Because I personally love being busy, but I hate being busy to the point where I feel like I should not be this busy.
I'm being busy in something that doesn't creatively inspire me.
Exactly. It feels reductive to you.
Exactly. And usually 9 times out of 10 when I say busy, it's 9 times out of 10 it's being busy in the thing that doesn't creatively inspire me.
It's I relate to that on a spiritual level.
Right? Like something that I'm not, it's just I wish I was busy doing the thing I loved, but right now I'm busy doing the thing that pays my bills.
Yeah, like I told you, I was deathly ill. I would have gone to the hospital because of how sick I was with COVID last year working on my Halloween audio project. And the thing is, it was a very successful stream. The thing is, I was sick and I was bedridden, but I got out of bed every morning and sat at my desk for hours just working on it, working on the scripts, working with the voice actors. You can ask one of my VAs, you can Jubilee. Heck, if you were able to ask Merriweather, you could ask him when I was messaging him and his team of just, hey, I'm sorry, I'm sick, if you give me a moment. And the thing is that, but I was like, this sickness is temporary. I'm loving what I'm doing. I'm loving every aspect. Because the moment I went to the doctor right after I finished the stream, I did the stream and then I went to the doctor immediately after I finished stream. And then after I did that, that's when I got the prescription. I got the antibiotics, and that's when the next day I immediately got better, because the doctor's like, had you come in like a couple days later, you would have been in the hospital. But my point being is that I loved what I did, and I don't regret it. So busy, when busyness doesn't feel practical and it feels unconducive to passion, it just feels like you're hitting a nail into a wall that just won't go in anymore.
Yeah. No, that's for sure.
So, what is your favorite curse word in English and Japanese? I know mine is in Japanese.
Well, yabai can also be a swear word if used in the correct tense. Yaba could also mean oh fuck.
So I imagine your favorite English one is the F word.
It is indeed the F word.
All right, okay. See, for me, for Japanese, it'd have to be kso.
Kuso.
Freaking, because the thing is, it doesn't have to mean the S word. It doesn't have like there's no English translation for it. There just is no English.
Like yabai. There is no translation.
It's you basically use it in the context of what you're saying, and like sometimes it can mean crap. Sometimes it mean this is like dirty. This is just bad. You know, 9 times out of 10, I'm using it because I'm just muttering to myself, like just saying, "Oh shit." You know,
right? Yeah.
So would you pick yabai? Is that what you'd say?
I would pick the same word. Yep.
I see.
Because it's just universal.
Fair enough. What sound or noise do you love?
What was it?
What sound or noise? Wait, was that it?
Oh no, I had no idea what you actually just said.
Oh, I'm like, oh, that's a good note. What sound or noise
Oh.
do you love to hear?
Hear or do, because that was actually the sound I would use.
Is that a sound or noise that you love to hear? Is just
I would say yes. Because you go, ooh, what's going on? What's going on? What are they doing?
My twin brother makes a similar noise, like, you know, he makes a similar kind of vein of noise. You know, like the meme where it's like the ape, like the monkey that's just like, this is like neuron activated. Like my twin brother, who's much quieter than me, anytime he gets excited or something like that, he instantly goes, ooh, and does that, just that noise.
Return to monkey.
Exactly. He's this tall, like he's also 6'3" as well. For those that don't know, I'm 6'3". I'm a tall boy. Oh wait, I said that earlier in the stream. Not the point. Point is that my twin brother, he's a little bit taller than I am. He is a beanpole. I'm the athletic one. He's the beanpole guy, but he's also very muscular. Point is that he's very quiet. You hear how extroverted and how talkative I am. He is not that. He's a quiet guy. But if you present to him like maybe a Ford Mustang, he loves his car, you know, or so like that, he'll just go instantly, his face will light up like neuron activate, go, ooh. I just do that. And it warms my heart every time I hear it.
I enjoy that thoroughly.
Oh my word. It's just, I love, much like you love your sister, I love my twin brother to death. Like, I'm trying to get him to come up here to where I am. So come and visit. So it's a little easier for me.
Yep.
Hey, a plane ticket's only 100 USD where I am from Vegas to where I am. So pretty affordable. The problem is you're on one of the worst airlines. It's not Spirit Airlines, but it's like second from the bottom.
Oh.
So
No.
what sound or noise do you hate?
Sound or noise?
Yeah, like nails on a chalkboard, or like people chewing with their mouth open, or
Ooh, like any kind of high-pitched noises.
Me
that
and
like
my
make me want
constant
to
tinnitus.
like anything that makes me want to just like take my ears and just cover them. At the worst, I do not like. And they just come out randomly. And you try and figure out where it's coming from, and then you find it, and you go, ugh.
Lenore, maybe you just have tinnitus.
It might.
So I have tinnitus. Like,
Mm-hmm.
mine come and goes. But it's if you all of a sudden you hear a high-pitched ringing in your ears, and it just like it goes away, but or just like that, and you have no idea where it came from, but it like you move your head and it always sounds the same. That's tinnitus. That means your eardrum is partially torn, and it
I wouldn't be surprised.
Mine comes from years of playing music and being an audio engineer, so I did that to myself. Self-inflicted. But yeah, I understand. Tinnitus sucks because I'll be mid-conversation with somebody. I'm like, oh yeah, da, 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 da. Hold on, I cannot hear out of my right ear now, and I have to plug my ear so I can listen to the person speaking.
Oh, the actual worst.
It sucks. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt? Like your desk job, besides your desk job.
So, besides my desk job and voice acting, I want to... This is the funniest. I want to be a librarian.
You want to be a librarian?
Or an archivist.
Okay, but are you gonna wear like square, like little, like half-framed, like rectangular glasses when you do that? Are you gonna have like the? Are you gonna have like the? I don't know why I could see you being like having the coolest, drippiest, like long sleeved like dress, like like those older librarians, but you have like the glass. You have like the cool librarian glasses with the strap, like the kind of. The
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like so it like when you take them off, they just dangle. They're just there around your neck.
I do have those.
You have those?
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Bat-themed.
They're bat themed.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I need. Maybe that's what I need. That is awesome. Please tell me. I love to imagine you doing your ASMR. You got the granny glasses. I like to imagine doing I like to imagine doing your ASMR streams, and then like I said, those moments of just like all of a sudden just like acting like a parent. You have them just around your neck as you're streaming, and the moment that comes up, one hand goes down, picks it up, and just like, okay, let's see what is
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, something I guess I really don't talk about much is that I actually have really deep passion for like literature and books and conservation. And something I've always wanted to do, but I don't want to go and get my master's in it because I'm too lazy.
Well, if you ever take a trip to America in that regard, I got plenty of places to recommend for conservation.
Excellent.
My father was a former forest firefighter, and because of him, I grew a deep love for nature. So we got plenty here. You got plenty of beautiful stuff in Canada as well, so I know that for a fact. But I gotta rep America and our national parks. They're pretty cool. What profession would you not like to do then? If because we the librarian Lenore. Oh, I'm sorry, librarian Lenore actually sounds pretty cool. Sorry. Don't worry about it. What profession would you not like to do then?
Oh gosh, like anything?
Yeah, like a lot of people typically say something like working in sanitation or like a garbage man, a garbage person.
I was also gonna say probably not sanitation, but I'm trying to think. Oh no. I feel like that's just like the normal thing people would say, like garbage people, or like sanitation, like that. I feel like
there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
But like I don't mind like cleaning and stuff, because oh my god, I used to. No, I'm not gonna say that. No.
Tax accountant?
Say weird. Tax accountant. I can't do math. Anything with math. Let's just say anything with math. I will do.
Okay. So the probably an accountant.
Or a math professor.
You know, fair enough. Fair enough. Just anything involving math. I love math.
Lucky.
The thing is that theoretical math sucks. Like, the thing is, I love physics because, like, excuse me, I love physics because it's just very cut and dry. What you plug in is what you're getting out. It's when you introduce the alphabet to it that it makes math sucks.
So, I have a disability called dyscalculia. Dyscalculia is the equivalent of dyslexia for math and numbers. So how did people with dyslexia see like letters all over the place, like they can't differentiate what look or sound like? I'm actually like that with numbers. I don't understand the quantity of a number. So if you say to me, like, sometimes I'll say, oh, it's going to take 30 minutes. I, in my brain, don't understand the logistics of what does that mean by 30 minutes.
Tay, this just sounds like Val time. No. So when I tell Tay, I'm like, hey, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go use the restroom. Or like, hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a drink of water. And he's like, okay. And then like 30 minutes passes. And just, I'm like, all right, I'm back. Yeah, there you have Val time. 10 minutes is 2 hours.
Yep. It's really debilitating. Because like an 8-hour shift is really hard because I don't understand the quantity of an 8-hour shift in time, in numbers. If you tell me numbers like, hey, can you write down the number like 2,550? I'll look at you going, huh?
You're perpetually in the quantum realm.
I mean, I'm perpetually in the quantum realm. I'm very numbers, which also makes me inherently bad at finances. So I have to make sure, like, when I spend things, that somebody else is aware of the quantity number of how much that actually costs, because I cannot understand, and it's infuriating. Yeah. No, I do not have debt. I'm actually pretty good for that. No, I don't have credit cards because of that.
Good on you. I like to imagine it's just that scene where it's like, what happened? You were in the quantum realm for 2 years? Lenore, that's the thing, I wasn't. I was only in there for 4 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, and so it's definitely the hardest.
Yeah. Well, our last question, and then we'll finally end this. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Oh no.
Is that the answer?
Oh no. Maybe.
It's a tricky one.
Probably. Again, I don't talk about like religious.
Sure, and this isn't meant. And this isn't meant to be like a strong religious question. It's just more like the idea of there is a higher being. There's an afterlife. Sure. What would you want this higher being to say to you? Not what you want to say to them.
Me? Oh, because I would say, oh no. Because I guess this is something I'll voice out. I am an atheist. I don't really believe in
and that's fine.
Right?
Yeah, it's completely fine.
But I respect other people's religions and things.
Yeah.
That is not my
Sure.
I will not preach to anybody anything like that. But to say like if I passed away and God is in front of me, my first response would be, oh no.
So then would you like God to basically say, so you were wrong?
Maybe something snarky would be really funny.
I think maybe like playful, just like
yeah.
Well, guess who was right?
Yeah. I am perfect. That would be the funniest thing. I guess that would be it.
Where all of that non-belief, where did you bring that back to me?
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. Then I
That'd
guess
be really funny.
I suppose we'll kind of go with that of well. Look who who decided to show up.
That would be it for sure. That would be really funny.
Oh my word. Atheist Squad Lenore, let's go. Oh my word. All right. Well, with that in mind, we went so, I think it's the longest VOD we've done. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to get this long.
Oh, it's all good.
Let us wrap this up. Is there anything you like to say before people are firing fireworks outside? This is a fun country to live in. In about a sentence or less, what would you like to? Is there anything you like to say before we end this?
I'm actually really terrible at doing any kind of small speeches. I'm not very good at this. You need to give me a script.
Okay, I'll speak for you then. Go check out her YouTube. She recently, one, she posted an ASMR video today, but two, she also posted a cover of a JP cover of a song on her YouTube. So I highly encourage you to go check it out. I keep up. I did
do that. I did do that, didn't I?
I'd be a bad host. I'd be remiss if I didn't research my guests. So go check out Lenore's YouTube channel. You can find her at youtube.com/@Mistress Lenore, and go check out her latest cover on that. With that in mind, I think it's finally time for us to end this show. It's time for me to ask my last, in my opinion, our second most important question. As Lenore, who shall we raid that we have not raided before? And before you answer that, find that individual, put their name in the chat for all to see, and I will address the chat. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today on this wonderful episode of the VOD. We have been blessed, we've been privileged, because I'm so happy to finally get this, to do this. And if you're able to find the time, we can work that out. I'd love to plan that ASMR stream if you're willing, and I'd love to plan a return appearance to the VOD. You know, if that's 3 months from now, if that's a year from now. I'm always down for the sooner the better, but that, you know, my schedule is much more but I can work around your schedule much more than I can mine. So, you know, what I'm saying is, you just let me know when that occurs, and you know, we'll go from there.
Yeah.
But today has been nothing but this stream has been nothing but wonderful, and I'm so happy to finally do it. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you liked what you saw, consider following me on YouTube. That's where I post a lot of my voiceover content that I can post that's not under NDA or other professional things. If we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're at like, I think 935 or something like that. Where if we hit 1,000, I will play Marvel Rivals and do a special little thing for my community. And if we hit 1,000 on Twitch before the end of the year, I will react to my original Niji Sanji audition video, which I really don't want to, and I will make a new Niji Sanji audition video just to send to them. I also have a Discord that you can join if you would like. There's a lot of wonderful, cool people there. You can talk with me, or if you want to talk with Lenore, you can join Lenore's server.
Hi.
You can do that as well. That is, you know, wonderful. I also host a lot of voiceover content and a lot of other like tournament related streams. My social's there and my throne is there. You don't have to worry about that. That's just arbitrary at this point. So let's return to you, Lenore. Who have you found?
Send the love to Birdie Boba.
Birdie Boba. I think when I clicked on your Twitch channel, that was there, like that was what was playing for your suggested stream. Let's see. Could you post that in the stream chat for me? I will get that going. And wonderful. Could you their username?
Oh. All right. I got.
I can also just do this for a moment. Like, I don't mind. I will grant you congratulations. You're now a VIP.
Yes.
I don't know how much that would, mileage you'll get out of that. You can now post links. Wonderful. Just don't come in my server or my stream and then say, "Hey guys, guess what? You want free followers? I got you."
Oh gosh, no, not me.
No, don't worry. I know. Kingdom Hearts 3. I was talking about that Crunchyroll VA before this. Their name is Ace. Because they're a VTuber as well. When I was chatting with her, she just ran my fade about not playing Kingdom Hearts. So that's a story.
Time to play Kingdom Hearts.
That's a story for different times. So there's our one for our wonderful subscribers and our wonderful followers. If you want those emotes, consider subscribing. It supports the work I do, and I give the proceeds, mostly a very big cut to my artists. So it really helps them out. So with that in mind, this has been so much fun. I'm so happy to finally do this. You guys have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Drink plenty of water. Make sure you sleep. And most importantly, continue supporting our wonderful guest here and all of our guests to come. My name is Val. This is Mistress Lenore. And this has been the VOD. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!